Today on What's Next.
Push. Yes, good push, good boy.
It's not just about training dogs, it's really about working on yourself.
Don't give up on yourself. We're all very good at letting ourselves down, but that's a choice that you can make. You don't have to do that.
It's never too late to start exercising. Moving is going to help the longevity.
Hello and welcome into What's Next. This is the show about change and transition and growth. It's about new beginnings, second chances, and third acts. Whatever it is you've been thinking about doing, we are going to try to convince you to get up and do it today, because, if not now, when? I'm Mark Middleton, pleased to be hanging out with my colleagues, Dr. James Smith Jr., Amy Sweezy, and Bill Schaefer. And Bill, I know that you recently took a trip to an unlikely location to learn about second chances in life.
A lot of my friends thought it would be inevitable, but yes, Mark, it's true. I went to prison. Actually, I went to women's prison, the Lowell Correctional Facility. And here's something you don't hear very often. I went because of the great things happening there. So let me explain that. A woman named Julie Sanderson wanted to start a program to give service dogs to veterans with PTSD. Well, there are plenty of veterans who need them. There are plenty of dogs out there. But where are you going to find people with enough time to train them? Well, this whole incredible story resulted in the Patriot Service Dog Organization, and it proves, like Mark said, that all of us just want a chance to make a difference.
Get the keys. That's it.
Push. Yes, good girl, good push, very nice.
Just as these animals have a life-changing effect on people with PTSD, they do the same for many of the inmates who feel hopeless, lost, and unloved. Growing Boulder was granted permission to enter the prison, watch a training session, and talk to the inmates to find out just how important this program is for the women who take part.
I've been hurt a lot between my drug life and being incarcerated that I built up a wall. And the animals, I know they can't hurt me, and so I'm able to open up for them. And it just lets in a whole different, I can't even explain it. And I've actually just had this has just been coming to me now in the past month. I've realized that they brought so much emotion out of me that I haven't had in so many years. So it's something about the animals, I don't know.
This program is just giving me back. I found myself again. I lost myself for a long time. I gave up who I used to be, and now I have found myself again. It's given me a sense of stability, purpose, drive, ambition. The dogs themselves don't judge you. When people come to us, and the veterans or even you, when you come to see us, you don't look at us like inmates. You look at us like people, like we're actually doing something for the community. And that helps us to grow, and it's going to give us a purpose when we get out of here to continue to strive to be better every day. So I just love this program.
My father passed this month at the beginning of the month, and he said how proud he was of me, how much I've inspired him, and if I wasn't here in this program, I don't think I would have been able to make him proud. So it's not just about training dogs, it's really about working on yourself. You get to become this amazing person, and you just don't know when it's happened. I can't pinpoint, a date or a time. It's just, I'm able today to look in the mirror and know that I've overcame so many things. And it's an amazing feeling to actually love the person you are.
I was taken aback by how thoughtful and heartfelt these people in prison were. Amy, watching that story, how would you describe the power of a second chance that every one of us has in us at this very moment?
Yeah, I think one of the things that we often think is that, who deserves to have no hope in life, right? More than someone who's incarcerated. But listening to these ladies, they recognize that having hope is so important, and that, now they have found a purpose and a passion in working with these dogs.
Amy, one of the women said she lost herself. And it resonated with me so much. I remember growing up, I wanted to be a pro football player. Throughout high school, college playing for a national championship team. And after I graduated, I tried out for 3 pro football teams and got cut. And I remember sitting in the stands the last time crying. I lost myself. Fortunately, corporate gave me a second chance. It gave me an opportunity to find myself. Then it gave me a third chance by giving me an opportunity to learn that I speak pretty good. And it helped me get to where I am today. So thank you for second and third chances. I really believe in that, Mark.
Yeah, it's a great story. To me, the bottom line is we are all human beings. We are mistake machines, and our worth isn't defined by our failures unless we give up. I think our worth is determined by our ability to learn from our mistakes. And some would say that is the sole purpose of life, to evolve, to right our wrongs. And, Bill, what did you think about your time behind bars?
One of the things that I was kind of surprised by, Mark, is that they were in there for a reason. It wasn't an accident that got them there. And they all had long sentences. But something had clicked there. They talked about how in prison, you really have nothing to do, nothing to look forward to. You get lost in your head and lost in your thoughts. And having a program like this, which pulled in their focus, gave them a reason to be proud, gave them a reason to respect themselves, to have their families look at them in a different way. It really taught me a lot about the power of purpose and giving people serious second chances.
Don't give up on yourself. We're all very good at letting ourselves down, but that's a choice that you can make. You don't have to do that.
Every moment is once in a lifetime. I love that. But when we can't be together, it's hard to share those moments. That was before I found an easy way for Mom to connect with us. Oh, the memories. Their first date, to summers at the lake, to ball games, to birthdays, it's all shared with her grandpa. And that brings me happy tears. Mom, were your ears burning?
Oh, you know they were.
Did you get the pictures that Shelby sent you?
I did, and I felt like I was right there with you.
Life is about transitions, and there is an art and a science to navigating them. They're about shedding what matters least so we can focus on what matters most. And that's why Growing Bolder is thrilled to partner with Caring Transitions, the nation's most trusted total solutions provider for seniors in these times. Whether it's home cleanouts, downsizing, relocation, estate sales, and so much more, one call handles it all. To get started with a free consultation, visit caringtransitions.com.
Welcome back to What's Next. Now, we're all going to hear the word no many different times in our life, but how do you respond to hearing the word no? Bonnie Garmus is a best-selling author, but before she found success with her book, Lessons in Chemistry, she had to hear the word no 98 different times on her first book. Take a listen to how she grew from all that rejection.
I've written another novel and a half before Lessons in Chemistry. One I didn't finish, that's the half. And the second one I did finish. I was very proud of it. It never got picked up. I got 98 rejections from agents. And so when I sat down to write Lessons in Chemistry, I had no hope at all that it was ever going to be picked up. But you know what? I just decided I was going to write it anyway. You have to be really good at rejection if you want to be a writer. You just have to say, okay, and move on. This person didn't get it. Okay, move on. And for that last book, I got 98 rejections, but I couldn't get anyone to read it. So I got 98 rejections on an unread manuscript.
Wow.
Because it was very long and no one wanted to read anything long. And I learned my lesson, and I wrote a much shorter book for Lessons in Chemistry.
What is it that you want us to know? What's the moral of your story?
Don't give up. And I don't mean don't give up, give up. You can fail and you can back off and you can refuel and you can feel bad and you can kick the furniture. But don't give up on yourself. Don't start believing what your boss may have said to you or what somebody at work may have said to you, or that, I don't know, someone who has put you down. Don't think that that's true when you have a different vision of yourself that is more true. Just get up again, because the only person that you're going to let down is yourself. And You know, we're all very good at letting ourselves down, but that's a choice that you can make. You don't have to do that.
All right, guys, be honest. Raise your hand if you would have given up before the 98th rejection of a book.
Yeah,
For
maybe.
sure, right? Both hands. Seriously, though, Bill, she makes a great point about how sometimes we give up on ourselves, not just on our projects. So how can we develop that persistence to keep going even when we hear so many no's?
You know, it's tough, isn't it? And her case is kind of unique because she basically ignored it. I say embrace it. When you get rejected, it's kind of like a gift to take another look at maybe why. Maybe the world is trying to steer you or help you refine something or add a little ingredient that maybe that lifts it to a whole different level. So don't let rejection make you quit, but don't think that everybody else, their opinions aren't worthwhile. Maybe look at yourself from another point of view and see if it can make you stronger, make you better, and come back even tougher. Mark?
I think the problem is, the challenge is that giving up is easy. It's the mark of a wannabe instead of a gonna be. And, when we decide to do something, I believe we have to eliminate the option not to do it, because constantly battling with that negative voice in our head, which encourages us to give up, tries to convince us we're too old, we're not smart enough, we're not worthy enough. That is a stress-filled, soul-sucking struggle. And the more we listen to it, the stronger it becomes. So we have to eliminate the option not to once we decide to do it. Dr. James, what do you think?
Bill, I agree with you. Embrace the no. Back in 1990, a group from Germany called Snap made a song, "I've Got the Power." We have the power, but we give it away to the no. Embrace the no, feel the uncertainty, move in, and keep moving forward. I love this piece. I love it.
I think anybody can exercise. There's something for everyone.
We're not made to withdraw from life. We're made to seize each moment and to value every breath. We're made to be bold, to take risks, and pursue our passions. Don't identify with limitation. Embrace possibility. Stop growing older. Start growing bolder. Find your what's next at growingbolder.com. Welcome back to What's Next as we continue our exploration into second and third chances, our never-ending ability to finally get it right. And have you neglected your physical health lately, or maybe you've neglected it forever? The good news is that it is never too late to claim or to reclaim our physical fitness. Of course, it's also never too soon to start. We recently met up with Trish Walsh, who is a fitness expert and a certified personal trainer. And she has seen firsthand examples in her very own gym that can inspire us all to seize a second chance when it comes to our health. At Growing Bolder, we like to say that it's never too late for almost anything. In your experience, is it ever too late to improve your overall fitness level?
No, and I don't think it's too late ever. You can start at any age. We have clients that have never exercised before, but they're aging and they discover that they may have pulled a muscle while bringing in the dog food from Amazon. And we've got people that used to be athletes when they were younger, but they've been out of it for a few years. So it's never too late to start exercising.
And what keeps people from, walking in the door, or at least getting off the couch? Is it vanity? Is it the fear that they're going to get hurt? Is it, what keeps people from taking that first step?
I do think people that have never stepped foot in a gym, it's intimidating, right? One thing that we learned during the pandemic, there's so many things that you can do outside also. You don't have to go to a gym. There's things you can do for free. Walking outside is great exercise. It's also great for balance. Just being able to move, that's what's important, right? Moving is going to help the longevity.
A lot of people give up. They get to be a certain age and they think that's it. I just can't overcome this. Is there anybody that you've seen that really can't benefit from physical activity, from movement, from a good program?
I think anybody can exercise. There's chair yoga. There's you can do seated exercises. I've worked with people with disabilities that are in a wheelchair. I mean, there's something for everyone. So I think everybody should benefit and can benefit from exercise and moving.
If you want to keep moving, you have to keep moving. Motion is lotion. And as Trish pointed out, it doesn't have to be in the gym. For me, it's in the pool. But what about you guys? What's one thing that you do for your physical health that you might recommend to others? Amy, I know you've been working on your travel muscle lately.
Yes, that's right. That helps my mental health, right? And mine is not an exercise I'm going to mention. Mine is to drink water. I try to drink a lot of water. I try to drink water when I first wake up, even before I have my coffee in the morning. And when I do, I really feel physically better, and I know it makes a difference. So I always try to recommend that to everyone. Dr. James, what about you?
I'm still stuck on Mark's motion is the lotion. I love that. Hashtag stealing that. For me of late, it's been ballroom dancing, getting out there, and I've always wanted to do it. I've just started doing it. It helps me with my mindset, my heart set. I feel good and I feel accomplished as I begin to learn the different steps.
Yeah, and it's weird. I'm going to be simple, and I'm going to say the gym. I love the gym, but I don't get this because I never want to go, ever. But when I'm there, I love it. It's empowering to be around people that are trying to better themselves. No matter who you are, what you do, when you're in there a few times, you can feel yourself getting better, improving. That's very empowering. And the bottom line is, look how ripped I am. You need any more motivation than that?
Right.
Obviously, different strokes for different folks. There is something for everybody. We all need, to find ways to keep moving that we love, ways to stay in shape as we age. But few do it like Kay Glenn. Kay actually took up pole vaulting when she was in her 50s. She's now in her 70s. She holds multiple world records. And in our bold social clip of the week, she tells us she can't stop now because being healthy just feels so good.
I started because it looked like it was fun, and I'm happy to say it's still fun, whether I win or lose that day. But I just can't stop now because I know I won't feel good if I don't. It's just so important for your health. And I'm always telling my husband, I can help you do that. Remember, I'm strong. Strong, good woman, pull plow. I love it. I love the feel of being healthy. And that's why even when I'm tired and I don't want to do it that day, I still do something because I know I'll feel better afterwards. It's all about the health and the people.
You're likely to be faced with helping a loved one through a life transition, and Caring Transitions can partner with you during this time. We offer a customized approach to each individual for downsizing, home cleanouts, estate sales, online auctions, and more. With more than 280 locations nationwide, our experts are here to provide compassionate care and help you manage it all. Learn more with a free consultation at caringtransitions.com.
Every moment is once in a lifetime. I love that. But when we can't be together, it's hard to share those moments. That was before I found an easy way for Mom to connect with us. Oh, the memories. Their first date, to summers at the lake, to ball games, to birthdays, it's all shared with her grandpa. And that brings me happy tears. Mom, were your ears burning?
Oh, you know they were.
Did you get the pictures that Shelby sent you?
I did, and I felt like I was right there with you.
2,000 years ago, the Greek philosopher Aristotle said there is only one way to avoid criticism: to do nothing, say nothing, and be nothing. Aristotle's words are more relevant now than ever because critics are everywhere. They're online, they're at work, they're in your neighborhood, and probably even in your family. We've become a society of critics, finding fault in just about everything and everyone. Many of us are so afraid of criticism, so afraid to fail, that we give up and end up on the couch. We can't be afraid of criticism. We can't let criticism keep us from chasing our dreams, from taking chances and risking failure. Ambition and success are always accompanied by criticism.
Welcome back to What's Next. It's time now for your take, where each week we engage with our more than 1 million followers on Facebook and ask for your answers on a thought-provoking question. Now, this week we asked, what is one life lesson that you learned from failure? Sherry says to stop, look, and listen before I move forward. Queen Jenny says to learn from it. Experience is a great teacher. And Nancy agrees. She says success and failure are like a pendulum. Momentum from failure brings you to success. Tara Crowley reminds us that failure is not the end of the world, even though it may feel like it. And finally, how's this? From Chef Hari Pulapaka, a successful vegetarian chef and author who we featured on Growing Bolder. He says, failure was an opportunity to expand beyond imagination. All right, Amy, what about you?
Oh, that's a tough one. I have so many failures and so many lessons that I have learned over the years. You know what? I think failure, not only do you learn things from it, but it also helps keep you humble too, right? Just as soon as you think you've got it all figured out, and it helps keep you humble and sort of, in your own skin. Dr. James, I'm sure you've never failed at anything.
Yes. My number one is the notion that what's going to be for me will be for me. And that's not everything. So what's going to be for me will be for me, and not to compare myself or think about what other people have. What's going to be for me, I'll get it. And I'll get it in the time that I'm supposed to get it.
Well, I'm glad you've come to me because I think of myself as the king of failure, but it's kind of funny that we all sort of see ourselves that way, right? Somebody told me in a Growing Bolder story where this woman started a restaurant, a vegan restaurant in an economically disadvantaged area, that she was crazy. And she said, you know what? I realized that failure is an alert in your head that tells you that's where the adventure is. So don't feel failure, embrace it, walk into the light, and see where it takes you.
You know, Bill, I love that. And this is going to sound kind of strange, but I actually can't wait for my next failure because I wouldn't be trying something unless I didn't think that it could add value to my life. And if it doesn't add value and I fail at it, then is it really a failure? And if it does add value, I will most likely fail at it initially because just about nobody is good at something new right away, even if it's something that you are allegedly born to do. You know, folks, here's the bottom line. We learn and we grow by trying, by failing, and persisting. And if we can't deal with failure, we will never know success. Our greatest weakness lies in simply giving up. The path to what's next is paved with persistence. And if you want to know the formula for what's next, here it is. Dream, believe, persist. We'll see you next time.